how do you react to those comments that are coming in?
Well, it is a new style of deflection. Every day they have to deflect from the core issue of 144.66 crore and 30 crore. Day one, it was that lookout notice. Day two, that someone has called me. Day three, MLA has been poached. It's all a deceptive technique, nothing else more than that. But they still need to answer the core issue. The core issue is, how did he waive off 144.36 crore of his friends and 30 crore of L1 tender, person who got to tender Pixie, his money, earnest money was returned.
So, Mr. Singh, are you then suggesting that this is a diversionary tactic by the Aam Aadmi Party?
110%. I said last 3 days, first day, lookout notice. Second, someone has approached me. Third, now poaching. They are deflecting from the core issue. And we still ask the same question, and they need to answer the core question.
All right.
74.66 crore rupees scam. That's all.
All right, so RP Singh from the BJP over there saying that they believe this is an attempt by the Aam Aadmi Party to deflect attention. Thank you, Mr. Singh, for joining us. I'm going to come back to you, Anuj. Anuj, now there was a key meeting that was called by the Aam Aadmi Party yesterday. And what we learned about that meeting, of course, was it was to decide how does the party deal with the situation that's currently arising. But several of those MLAs did not attend that meeting. And that's where this rumor mongering then started from, that they were in touch with the BJP perhaps. What is the party doing to try and keep its flock together?
Well, that's the reason why this particular meeting, if we talk about today's meeting, has been again called. And this is meeting which is already scheduled at 11 a.m. And yes, as you are pointing it out very rightly, that many of the MLAs were not present in the meeting yesterday, which was called in by the top leadership, including Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, and the head of the Aam Aadmi Party himself was chairing the meeting. And then too, many of the MLAs were not present in that very meeting. This has never happened before. And there was a line which was taken by the Aam Aadmi Party, and the message and the notice was very much clear that you will have to be here. All the MLAs have been called in here for the meeting, and you will have to attend the meeting. But many of the MLAs were missing. So this is becoming a worrisome situation. That's why this rumor mongering is coming, that they are in touch with Bharatiya Janata Party, or rather Bharatiya Janata Party, as been alleged by Aam Aadmi Party, is approaching these MLAs. So this is becoming a worrisome situation for the Aam Aadmi Party also. And that's why this particular meeting, which is called the legislative meeting by the Aam Aadmi Party, has been again called today by the Aam Aadmi Party. And yes, as we were reporting earlier also, this is the residence of Chief Minister of Delhi, that's Arvind Kejriwal, where Arvind Kejriwal is going to chair this particular meeting. But the bigger question here is, how many MLAs? Bigger question here is, how many MLAs is going to attend this particular meeting? Because the MLAs who were missing yesterday, are they going to be here? This is going to be the bigger question. Who all are going to participate in this meeting? Because that's something what Aam Aadmi Party is monitoring and keeping a very tight eye on the situation. Because as been alleged, we are again and again saying by Aam Aadmi Party itself that Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to approach the MLAs of Aam Aadmi Party, as been stated by Manish Sisodia himself, the Deputy Chief Minister. As we have seen a press conference which was done by Sanjay Singh yesterday along with the 4 MLAs, where they were telling in the press conference that they have been offered 20 crores rupees. So that's something what Aam Aadmi Party is saying, that's something what Aam Aadmi Party is rather monitoring.
Right.
Although BJP is not saying that they are in touch with anyone, or rather not claiming and calling this all bogus. But on the other hand, yes, Aam Aadmi Party could be seen active on the same, that there is an attempt by Bharatiya Janata Party to split or to divide Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital. We will see how many MLAs are going to reach here.
Anuj,
that is going to be more important, and this is the bigger question. Yes.
Anuj, what I wanted to ask you was that there was a statement that was released by Arvind Kejriwal yesterday, where he said that some MLAs have been offered money, some have been threatened by the CBI and the ED. The excise policy investigation is going to go on till the Gujarat Assembly election. So that, in that sense, he seemed to allude to the fact that he believes that this is because of the Gujarat elections being round the corner. But the other side of the story, Anuj, is that the Aam Aadmi Party has still not been able to explain itself as far as the liquor policy is concerned. The biggest question that's being asked is, why was it withdrawn if there was nothing wrong with it?
Well, exactly. If we talk about this particular statement of Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi's chief minister, which was given by Arvind Kejriwal yesterday, then this is a line which has been taken by Aam Aadmi Party leadership since from the very beginning. So they are going to stay with that particular line because we have seen it earlier also. They are saying it, they are calling it a political vendetta. That's what Aam Aadmi Party called it. And they are saying because we are growing, this is about the publicity of Aam Aadmi Party, and that's why BJP is afraid. Now the new line which is taken is that this is about the Gujarat election and this is to continue till the Gujarat election. But if we talk about the facts and the question which has been asked by Bharatiya Janata Party also, this exactly remains the same. What do you have to say about the liquor policy? Why it was rolled back? Who all were the people who were involved? What is the wave off scheme? So these all are the questions which is being looked up by the CBI also. CBI also investigating the same on the same angle. Whereas we are expecting the entry of Enforcement Directorate also. This will be a bit early until unless this is not official. But yes, this
all
is
right,
also
stay
in the
with
line
us, Anuj. I'm going to come back to you. Mr. Varakan on the phone line with us. Mr. Varakan, good morning. How do you react to these comments that are coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party, where they say that there are several of their leaders who are not in touch with the party and they've been offered money by the BJP to switch sides? All right, I don't think we got Mr. Varakan yet. We'll get him back in just a bit. But I think Mr. Sirsa on the phone line with us. Mr. Sirsa, good morning. Mr. Sirsa, how do you see this comment that's coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party, where they say this morning that several of their MLAs, at least 6, are unreachable and that they have been approached by the BJP to switch sides?
ये अरविंद केजरीवाल की रोज नई नौटंकी और फ्रॉड है। ना किसी एमएलए को बीजेपी में आना है, नाम ला रहे हैं, नाम लाएंगे, वो पैर पकड़ रहे हैं, हमको भी नहीं लाएंगे। ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ न्यूज आइटम बनाने के लिए एक उसका ड्रामा है, क्योंकि उनकी शराब जो स्कैम हुआ है उसमें वो पकड़े गए हैं बुरी तरह से। जिन लोगों ने उसमें करोड़ रुपया रिश्वत दी और ली, वो सब सामने आ चुके हैं। अपना दोस्त इन्होंने जो दिनेश है वो भगा रखा है, विजय नायर को उन्होंने भगा रखा है। लोगों का ध्यान उसके हटाने के लिए ये रोज रोज ऐसी नौटंकियां करेंगे और करते रहेंगे। आप कह दिया जो उनके मोबाइल नंबर बंद हैं, पहले कह दिया उनको 20-20 करोड़ ऑफर दी, किसने दी भाई? उसका नाम दो, मुकदमा दर्ज कराओ। ये आम आदमी पार्टी वो है जो लोगों को सिखाया जिसने की वीडियो बनाओ। अरे भाई, अगर आपके आदमी को 20-20 लाख 20-20 करोड़ रुपए ऑफर मिल रही है तो तुम वीडियो बनाकर डालो, जो ऑफर देने आया उसको पीटो और पुलिस स्टेशन में दो। क्यों नहीं दे रहे? क्योंकि तुम्हारे पास है ही नहीं। तुमने झूठ बोलना है सिर्फ लोगों का ध्यान डिवर्ट करने के लिए, क्योंकि जो शराब का स्कैंडल हुआ है, शराब का इतना बड़ा पैसे का लेन देन हुआ, उसके अंदर जो शराब की एक्साइज ड्यूटी की चोरी हुई है, वो उस पैसे को बात सामने ना आए, उसके लिए अब ये नई नौटंकियां शुरू होगी। हमारे एमएलए जी मिसिंग है जी, हमारे एमएलए अनरीचेबल है। अब थोड़ी देर बाद कह देंगे जी उनका मोबाइल बंद करा दिया था जी, उन लोगों को कहा था जी मोबाइल बंद कर लो जी। ये अरविंद केजरीवाल की परमानेंट नौटंकी है, ये कोई नई बात तो है नहीं।
All right. All right, Mr. Sirsa, thank you very much for joining us. Also, Mr. Varakan on the phone line with us. Mr. Varakan, good morning. Mr. Varakan, there are comments that are coming in from the BJP, from the Aam Aadmi Party, where they seem to suggest that money has been offered. Also going on to say that several of their leaders, at least 6, are untraceable, and that they are being asked by the BJP essentially to switch sides. What do you make of this?
This is the stage where they will present all sort of dramas. These anarchists have survived on freebies, false promises. When these freebies and false promises fall hollow, then they stand exposed by the public. All this drama that BJP is trying to buy them and all that is rubbish. We don't need corrupt people. I mean, our admission policies are very clear. And we don't need this type of people. We have enough of workers at our end and leaders too. Very competent head by the Prime Minister of India. And I don't think we need any of their entrance at any cost. And now that action is being taken, Satyam Jai.
All right, Mr. Vadakan joining us from the BJP. Thank you for that. Mr. Vadakan, as well as other BJP leaders who we've spoken to since the morning, seem to suggest that these are just diversionary tactics. I'm going to go back on the ground to Anuj for more. Anuj, you just heard all those BJP leaders, and we've spoken to three. They seem to suggest that this is all drama. These are diversionary tactics. This is just an attempt by the Aam Aadmi Party to divert attention.
Well, if we go back to 3-4 days and if we'll rewind the chapter, then we can understand it, what has happened. If we talk about this particular topic, then this was Manish Sisodia who alleged that he has been approached. After that, Aam Aadmi Party sources confirmed that they are having an audio clip. After that, this was the press conference which was done by Sanjay Singh yesterday, along with the MLAs who were claiming that they have been approached by Bharatiya Janata Party and 20 crores rupees are something which has been offered to them.
Welcome back. You are watching live and breaking on Republic TV now. Earlier this morning, sources in the Aam Aadmi Party have told Republic TV that there are fears within the Aam Aadmi Party of poaching from the BJP. Now, this comes as the Liquorgate face-off between the two parties has been heating up. We've been seeing counters and allegations that have come in from both sides. Right now, of course, there have been allegations that were earlier made yesterday by Arvind Kejriwal, and which have now been followed more with the seniors from the party seeming to suggest that there are at least half a dozen Aam Aadmi Party MLAs who could be in touch with the BJP. Mr. Nalan Kohli from the BJP on the phone line with us. Mr. Kohli, good morning. Thank you for joining us on Republic TV. Mr. Kohli, how do you see these allegations that are coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party? There are suggestions being made that several of their MLAs, at least 6 in number, are believed to be in touch with the BJP at the moment, and the BJP is essentially trying to poach their MLAs.
It's an allegation that reflects the utter desperation and the serious panic that the Aam Aadmi Party and its leadership is feeling. And that's why they are making allegations without substance. So let's look at the facts. The CBI is investigating the excise scam. In the excise scam, there is a clear documentary evidence pointing out that the decisions were not done in a proper way, and it seems certain individuals were to be benefited because of the leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party leaning that way. That's what the media has reported. Now, in this excise scam, if it was such a great policy, why do you reverse it? Immediately they reversed it. They say it's a great policy, then you reverse it and go back to the new policy, old policy. After that, they are speaking every day on everything under the sun, from the moons of Jupiter to the galaxy and the Milky Way, but they won't speak on the excise policy, which is the only subject they should be speaking on. Not one statement on the excise policy, not answering any of the serious queries against them. And now they have come up with this new thing. BJP is trying to destabilize them.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, this is a model in which the Aam Aadmi Party only knows how to talk. They are a government that obviously was working with corruption. That's why Satendra Jain is still in custody. You have a person who says, I can't remember, and has tried to avoid an investigation. It shows that obviously he had much to hide. Now you have Manish Sisodia. So to cover up on the so-called alternative that they were, to clean politics, and instead which is pointing out that they are steeped in corruption, they are trying all these tactics. It's a typical shoot and scoot policy, which I think the people of Delhi and the country will see.
All right, Mr. Kohli, thank you for joining us. The BJP over this seems to believe that this is another tactic of the Aam Aadmi Party to not really answer those tough questions that are being asked about the liquor policy. So that's the reaction that we are getting from the BJP.